This is the new Google Pixelbook, and starting at £999, it's the most expensive Chromebook yet. It's 4 times the price of the Acer Chromebook 14. So how does it justify being so expensive, and is it worth buying? Opening it up, there's no doubt the Pixelbook is a premium machine. It feels like Google's version of the Microsoft Surface laptop or Apple MacBook. It's genuinely a gorgeous laptop and even mirrors the look of the Pixel phones. It's got some pretty beefy specs too for a Chromebook, with Intel 7th Gen Y series, i5 or i7 dual-core processors, 8 or 16 gigs of RAM, and 128, 256 or even 512GB SSD options. It's quiet too, well, silent actually. It's completely fanless, even on the i7 version, and it stayed cool throughout in my experience, which is impressive. So Google are calling it a high-performance Chromebook, which makes the Pixelbook stand out among other Chromebooks, which are traditionally low-power and low-cost laptops with basic specs. These budget Chromebooks are pretty popular with students, so now Google's offering a premium machine that they can upgrade to afterwards, rather than jumping ship to a Windows or Mac laptop. But even though the Pixelbook has surprisingly powerful hardware, I mean, this thing is fast, it's so smooth and slick to use. It's actually the software that Google really want to show off. The Pixelbook is the first Chromebook to come with a Google Assistant built in, so you can set reminders, play music, control your smart home tech, and loads more. You also get access to the Google Play Store, so all the apps you're used to using on your Android phone are available here too. Of course, not all of them are optimized for the bigger screen, but generally they work quite well. And since the Pixelbook has a touchscreen, it feels natural using them. But there's also no getting away from the fact that this runs Chrome OS rather than full-fat Windows or Mac OS, so you can't install traditional programs. It's essentially cloud-based apps like Google Docs, Gmail, Chrome, and mobile apps like Facebook, Spotify, Instagram, and Adobe Lightroom. So this means I can't install the Adobe Creative Cloud, for example, so I can't get Premiere Pro on this to edit videos, which I do for a living, or even download Steam to play games. But that's fine, I have my desktop PC for that at home. Instead, the Pixelbook is a great secondary machine. It's an ideal travel companion when I want to write scripts, watch a bit of YouTube, catch up with my emails and social media. And it felt really intuitive coming from my Windows laptop to this. You can find all your programs by clicking the icon at the lower left, essentially the start menu, all your settings and notifications on the bottom right, and it even has Snap to feature, so you can quickly put 2 windows side by side. Although it would have been nice to have a fingerprint reader, or maybe a Windows Hello style face unlocking, so you don't have to type your password in each time you boot it up. The Pixelbook's aluminium unibody is just 10.3mm thick, and it weighs a little over 1 kilogram, so you'll barely feel this in your backpack carrying it around. It's also got a 360-degree hinge, so you can flip the screen right round and use it as a tablet, which, considering it's lightweight, isn't actually too unwieldy. But whichever mode you use it in, the 12.3-inch touchscreen is gorgeous. It's bright, colourful, and sharp, with a resolution of 2400 by 1600. It's actually sharper than the MacBook Pro. Port selection is pretty limited, but definitely future-proof. You get a 3.5mm headphone jack and 2 USB-C ports, either of which can charge it and can also output to 4K displays. So like the latest MacBooks, you'll probably want to invest in a good USB-C hub adapter as well to go with it. The only downsides is the screen does have a fairly chunky bezel, although I guess on the flip side it makes it easy to hold in tablet mode, and also the screen wobbles quite a bit, which can be a bit distracting. What I do like though is the keyboard and the trackpad. There's only 0.8mm of travel on the keys, but it feels responsive and it's great to type on. There's none of that loud MacBook clackiness to the keys, nor do they feel spongy like the Surface laptops. It's fully backlit as well, which is pretty rare for a Chromebook and turns on automatically when you're in low light. I can't fault the glass trackpad either, which is a good size and really nice to use. So in terms of inputs, you've got the touchscreen, the keyboard, the trackpad, but you've also got an optional Pixelbook pen, which will set you back an extra £99, again same in dollars. It's a shame Google didn't include this with the laptop, but at least you have the option if you prefer taking notes or drawing using a stylus. As for the battery life, well, Google say you'll get 10 hours from the Pixelbook, although in my experience that's closer to 7.5, which is still good. And since the USB-C ports also support fast charging, you can get 2 hours of battery from just 15 minutes of charge. So the base model with a Core i5, 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage, the one I've got here, as I say, will set you back £1,000, which is a lot of money, but still a couple of hundred less than a Surface laptop or Apple MacBook or Dell XPS 13. But there's no doubt this is a luxury machine, and it's nice to have the option of a premium Chromebook for those who are happy to spend a little bit more. It's fast, it looks great, it's a lot simpler to use than a Windows laptop, and it does 90% of what I would normally do on a laptop. But Chromebooks aren't for everyone, and if it doesn't run the programs that you use, it may not be the best option. But as a travel or student laptop, it's perfect, albeit a bit pricey. So the Pixelbook will be shipping from November, and I'd highly recommend it if you're happy to immerse yourself in the Google and Chrome OS ecosystem. This is by far the best Chromebook on the market. So that's what I think, but what do you reckon? Are you a fan of the Pixelbook and Chrome OS? Let me know in the comments below. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Click that like and subscribe button below if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time right here on the Tech Chat.